Hey guys, it is Wednesday. Vicky tried to jump the gun, but I was ready. Gah! Foiled again. All right, so
I wanted them to see you do your get ready dance.
Yeah, I do a little jig just before the camera goes on. She almost got me that time. All right, guys. Hope you guys are having a great week. I want to do this is probably going to be a very fast video, but it's something that I get questions on quite a bit. You guys know, or anybody that's been watching for a while, that we laser cut layout letters and templates and different layout things. I want to go over some issues that you might have with those. Got my gloves on because I'm going to do some spraying. One of the things is the fact that we cut these things out of 1/8" birch plywood. And what happens is, once in a while, this time of year especially, we get our birch plywood in big 5x5 sheets, and then we rip it down into smaller pieces that'll go in our lasers to, anyway, it's a process. But the plywood that we get this time of year, sometimes it has kind of bows in it, and sometimes gets kind of cupped. When you're talking about really tiny, small layout letters, it doesn't really matter. But when you're talking about a little bit bigger pieces, sometimes those things might have a little bit of a warp or a cup to them. And let me show you how to solve that problem. We try to eliminate it here as much as we can, but sometimes I think it even happens in shipping. Coming from Arizona, going to a moist climate, it could happen. I don't know. We try to eliminate here as much as we can, but once I show you these little tips, I think it'll hopefully solve some issues for you guys. So, first things first, here's a little live to ride. Ride to live. I was reading it backwards, I guess. Anyway, we make several different versions of this. Live to ride, ride to live in Western and Clarendon. And it actually goes inside of, which I'm going to show in a minute, it goes inside of the biker sign, the live to ride biker sign. But some people want different things on there. So this fits right in that little box, and I'll show that in a second. But anyway, if you can see that, it's got a little bit of a bow to it. So what you can do in something like this, I just get a piece of scrap. I could use my finger, but I really don't want to spray my my hand. And I just hold it down and then do my spraying. I'm using the primer. And I've kind of learned how to do this over a period of time. And that gives a pretty sharp line. It's not perfect line, but it gives a pretty sharp line. If you wanted to do it both ways, you could actually kind of, hold it here, spray that part, move it over, spray that part, move it over, spray that part. Anyway, you get the idea that all I'm doing is basically just holding it down with a piece of scrap. You could use a 1/4" dowel, but that gives you a pretty decent line to go by. So then going up from there, the next piece would be basically the same thing. This is, again, a layout template. We make several different ones of these based on favorite quotes or movie quotes or whatever. But pretty much the same thing. I'm just going to hold it down. Spray, do my spraying. And it should give a pretty decent line. This is kind of overlap, but it gives a pretty sharp line. So that's basically that. Now, what if you've got bigger pieces, which we do, we make bigger pieces. Let me swing this end for end. That wasn't really good planning on my part. Hold on. And I picked this particular piece of scrap plywood because it kind of has a bow in it too. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. Kind of got a whoop-de-doo bow thing going on there.
Whoop-de-doo?
Yeah. That's the technical term. I get scientific sometimes. All right, so now let's take, for instance, the flag, the big flag template we've got. We've got a small one, we've got a big one. So what happens here is you've got several different places that really need to be held down, and unless you're an octopus, you might not have enough hands to hold enough sticks. Okay, so here's what I would do. I would take that, and that's where this little dude will come in handy. This is the little Tombow adhesive, strip adhesive. So what you can do is, make sure I'm holding that right. You could just put a little piece of strip adhesive. I'm probably putting more than I really need on each little place that you want that held down. If you guys, I've used this before, I think on different things. What have I used this for before? I can't remember now, right offhand. And this board is kind of actually not as smooth as it probably would be. But now, if my theory is right, these should stick down, and that's not sticking. Why not?
You didn't put some on there.
I didn't put any on there really well. So let's put a little bit more. I did put some on there, but not big enough. And it's probably not going to stick as well to this plywood as it would if it was a piece of pine or something like that, because this plywood is pretty
icky.
Yeah, it's kind of rough on the surface. This is up here, but I can hold that down by hand. That's kind of up. I think you guys are kind of getting the idea of what I'm saying there. That's down pretty good. Those are down pretty good. That one's up a little bit. So that adhesive will just help you in, it's right there, very good. Should help you kind of, and the cool thing is, I don't think they're going to stick bad enough that it's going to break the template. See, pretty sharp.
Yank it up.
Yeah, pretty sharp line. Not bad. I didn't spray enough here, but actually pretty sharp line considering that was, you know, kind of popping up there. And one last one. Let's see. I think I'll flip it over, which would be the Live to Ride. Thank you. So the Live to Ride template. Again, you can see that's got a little bit of. I tried to pick out the ones that were in our stock that had the most warp to them. Most of them didn't have this much. So what I would do, again, I'm going to try and stick that down as best I can. Some of it I will probably hold down. This stuff is actually it's kind of like a smaller version of that big yellow one that you've seen. But this stuff is pretty cool. I think we've got this in our Amazon store too. I think. But you could probably get it at just about anywhere. Let's see if this is going to stick down.
We couldn't find it at Walmart.
No, I think like Staples or Office Supplies or something like that. So you guys might just, you know, keep in mind where things like this could really come in handy on different things that you're doing in your shop. Maybe not this application, but maybe something else. See, that's all.
Stuck down really good.
Feels like it's stuck down. I've got a little bit of a gap going there, and that's how if I can hear something like that, but in that particular instance. Oh, that's where that Ride to Live fits, by the way. Fits in there. Dad made it just to fit inside of there. So when it's down there, those lines or those letters are pretty much centered in the middle of that box. That's what that's for. Feels like it's stuck down pretty good in most places. But I'll just work my way around. See, it is kind of up there. So again, we try to eliminate this, you know, this warpage as much as we can when we make these things, but sometimes they may warp a little bit after we cut them, or maybe in shipment. And this time of year, the material that we get comes out of Flagstaff, Arizona, which is pretty wet as compared to our climate, and cold. Not bad. Gives you a pretty good line. Yeah, all those lines, looks like they're all pretty sharp. Whereas when that thing was warped and up, you really couldn't see it very well. So that kind of gives you an idea. That's what I do, guys. So this little thing is pretty cool. And for little ones, you can just use a little piece of scrap. Actually works pretty well. So if you have any issues on that, that's the way I normally handle it when I do. If you have any questions, obviously get a hold of me. Let me know what I can do to help. Eric at makeawoodsign.com. Again, this is a real quick video, but most of our videos go long anyway. Don't forget, it's Wednesday in a couple days. Friday Live, we're going to be doing our Friday Live at 7 p.m. Arizona time. Live Q&A with me and Dad and Vicky. And you guys can ask us whatever you got. We're probably going to be doing a couple other little things on there as well. If you guys can't view right at that time and you want to send your questions in to have me answer them live, have me or Dad or Vicky answer them live, just email me, Eric at makeawoodsign.com, put in the subject line Friday Live question, and then in the body of the email, let me know what question you got, and we'll try to get to it. All right, guys, that is it. Down and dirty, quick and easy. Hope you guys are having a great week. Thanks so much. If you haven't subscribed yet, we'd love for you to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Share this video as much as you can. And if you do subscribe, when you do, be sure and click that little bell icon. That gives you notification every time we put out a new video, which is 3 times a week. So we've got some unbelievably exciting projects coming up and exciting things coming up that you'll be hearing about very soon. Anyway, guys, love you all. Thanks so much. Have a great week, and we'll see you on Friday. Bye-bye.